What's up everyone, and welcome back. Today's Patriots vs Jets matchup turned into something nobody really expected, a complete and total domination, almost from start to finish. By halftime, the scoreboard told a shocking story, 35-3, and that immediately raises the question: are the New England Patriots actually serious Super Bowl contenders? Or was this just the Jets collapsing under pressure? Let's break it down. Coming into Week 17, these two teams were in very different places. New England was fighting for playoff positioning, maybe even a shot at the AFC East title. Meanwhile, the Jets were just trying to get through a frustrating season, hoping to salvage some pride and evaluate their young talent for the future. On paper, the Patriots were favored, sure, but what happened on the field today went far beyond anyone's expectations. From the opening drives, New England looked locked in. The offense moved with a kind of confidence, precision, and speed that we haven't seen consistently. Every single possession felt controlled, calculated, and brutally efficient. They weren't just moving the ball. They were surgically dissecting the Jets' defense, and a huge part of that was the guy under center. Quarterback Drake May looked incredibly calm in the pocket, making quick reads and spreading the ball around effortlessly. This wasn't about one star receiver having a career day. The Patriots attacked the Jets from every conceivable angle, using multiple receivers, tight ends, and running backs. It was a true team effort on offense, and it paid off immediately. The turning point really came early. New England just started stacking scores, drive after drive after drive. First a touchdown, then another, then another. The Jets' defense simply couldn't keep up. You could see the frustration mounting on their sideline. We saw missed assignments, soft coverage in the secondary, and what looked like some serious communication breakdowns. All of it opened the door for big plays, and the Patriots walked right through it every single time. By the time the Jets even tried to make adjustments, the momentum was completely gone. The game was already slipping away. Drake May was the clear engine behind this entire performance. He played with the confidence of a 10-year veteran, not a young quarterback still finding his way. He was delivering accurate throws under pressure, and he capitalized on every single defensive mistake the Jets made. But what stood out most wasn't just the stat line. It was how easy he made the game look. That's usually the sign of a quarterback who fully understands the system, trusts his protection, and trusts his teammates to be where they're supposed to be. It was a masterful performance. Now, let's flip to the other side of the ball, because the story was just as one-sided. The Jets struggled to find any rhythm whatsoever. Their offense stalled repeatedly, unable to sustain drives, or even flip the field position. They were consistently starting with their backs against the wall, under constant pressure from the Patriots' front seven. The Jets' quarterback was forced into rushed decisions, bad throws, and the New England defense took full advantage. There were sacks, hurried throws, and near turnovers. Every failed drive just added more pressure, and the score gap only grew wider and wider. By halftime, the game already felt out of reach. A 35-3 lead isn't just a score, it's a statement. And that statement was crystal clear. New England came prepared, disciplined, and laser-focused. The Jets, for whatever reason, simply couldn't respond. They looked overwhelmed and outmatched in every phase of the game. What makes this performance even more important is the timing. This wasn't some meaningless late-season game between two teams out of the hunt. Week 17 matters. Playoff seeding matters, and more than anything, momentum matters. Performances like this send a message to the rest of the AFC. The Patriots aren't just trying to squeak into the playoffs. They're trying to make some serious noise once they get there. This was a warning shot. Still, it is fair to ask the question, does this level of dominance say more about how good the Patriots are, or more about how much the Jets struggled? New York has had issues all season, especially on the offensive side of the ball, and this game exposed many of those weaknesses in brutal fashion. But here's the thing, great teams are supposed to dominate in these situations, and that's exactly what New England did. They didn't play down to their competition, they imposed their will from the very first snap. The Patriots' balance is what makes them so dangerous right now. Their offense doesn't panic. Their defense stays aggressive without getting reckless and overcommitting. And maybe most importantly, when they get a lead, they don't take their foot off the gas. They keep attacking. That killer instinct, that mindset, is what separates playoff teams from true championship contenders. It's about finishing the job. For the Jets, this loss is another painful chapter in a very difficult season, but it also brings a certain kind of clarity. There are pieces to build around, yes, but there are also hard lessons to learn and some big decisions that need to be made in the off-season. This game highlighted exactly where the gaps are. As the final whistle blew, one thing became obvious. This game will be remembered less as a classic rivalry matchup and more as a measuring stick. For the Patriots, it measured just how dominant they can be when everything clicks. It showed their ceiling. For the Jets, it measured how much work still remains to be done. So now, the big question moving forward is simple. Can the Patriots carry this momentum into the playoffs against much stronger opponents? Or was this just the perfect storm against a struggling rival on a bad day? The answer to that question will define their entire season. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Was this a sign of a true contender or just a fluke? Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more NFL analysis all the way through the playoffs. See you next time.